already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
All right, Coach, it is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The first carry for Josh Adams. He'll wind up getting a yard. The game's first play, it's second down.
The 27-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. Taking it right down Broadway. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 9th touchdown of the season. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Jackson now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The first carry down for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, it's not going to. We still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Boston Scott, 83 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Throwing is Jackson. And Diggs has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants...
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. On 2nd down, it's Scott. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Deontay Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. A very solid gain of 27.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now it's Jackson. It's caught by Funchess. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 21-0 our score after 1. Now then after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Jackson over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. 3rd down here.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Leonard Floyd able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3 scores down, not even at halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Allen. Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on second and very long by running the football. Right? We always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points.
Stephon Diggs, 30. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the carry, it's Edmonds. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jamal Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And oh, it's blocked. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike.
From the gun, it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Daniels. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Complete. Smith has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now it's Jackson. Funches has it complete. That one goes for 24 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Scott. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Allen, he finds his man Johnson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Throwing on first down is Allen. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Allen now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
Operating from the gun, Allen. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Austin Safarian-Jenkins. As the first half is winding down, and the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
and I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. To throw again on second down. Jackson, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
On third down, Jackson, and the throw there going to be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
We got this. First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. From the 16, Allen, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Allen off the play fake. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and it'll bring up third down.
Where's 50? Round 80! 50 the mic. All day, just like that. Just like that.
Stop. We go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Got an open man. It's Scott. A good pickup there at 22.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
That's what I do.
They'll run on first down. It's Scott. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 46-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Allen now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Reeves-Maybin. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, Zoo!
From midfield, here's Allen. That'll be caught by Jordan Leggett, his tight end. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Here's Edmonds. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On second and 15 now, Jackson. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunky yardage picked up there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jackson going deep for Diggs. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go for it with Edmonds. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On first down, Edmonds. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second and 7, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Jackson from the shotgun. Being chased out left. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night, and that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check.
To throw again, Jackson. And this one complete to Smith. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. Now, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 11 now, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Vikings on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Now Jackson, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Leonard Floyd, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Devin Bush and this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle.
And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Philip Dorsett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Marr on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable for Thomas. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Hey, what? 319! 54! Mike, 54! Let's go, tight end. Let's go.
On 1st down, this is Adams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Right there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run again with Adams. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Another carry now for Edmonds. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. We've now seen 3 consecutive 1-yard gains, and it brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here's Thomas. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Again, here's Adams. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today.